Hello and welcome to our short video on Label Designer shortcut keys. So you've probably seen some of the other videos that show how to set up the label, add a field such as we have here with the label, so you can put in information such as Merry Christmas to the parents of, to the family, however you want to fill that information in. I'm going to show you some other things that you can do with the Label Designer that you may not already know about. So you'll see there's always the toolbar across the top here that has the font, the size, the bold, the italic, the underline, and then the color for the foreground and color for the background. There's also other shortcut keys that help with the same thing. And one of those is that if you are on your Label Designer window and you want to make it bigger, you can click on this plus sign down here to make the layout larger if you like. It helps you so you can see it better. You can also use your control key and then the plus or minus arrow to make it smaller or larger. So you can see how that can help you zoom in or zoom out if you need to. Some of the other features that you have that you can do are when you click on a field, you can use the standard window controls of Control key I makes it italics, Control B makes it bold, and Control U underlines. And then just the same keys again to undo them. One of the things that you can also do here is when you're on the fields, and if you've set up a label and you have two or more fields on there and you want to adjust the fields, and sometimes they may be overlapping or hard to pick, you can use Tab to move through the fields, and it cycles through each of the fields and sections on the designer. The Shift and Tab goes in reverse, so you can always tab down or Shift and Tab up. And once you have a field selected, and you can always tell a field is selected by the small boxes that are around the outside edge, you can press and hold your control key to make finite adjustments to where it lays out on the label. And I'm just using the arrow keys that are over to the right, so I can move it up or down, left or right. This helps when you're trying to get labels just right and you don't want to have that overlap, because the red tells you that it could interfere or cause some of the text to be over it. So you can just use that control arrow down to adjust it, and Shift Tab up to the next field, and control arrow and adjust the next field. You can also use your control and shift and arrow to make a box smaller or larger. So I'm just pressing the left arrow here and it's making this box shorter. Give me some more working room so I can add another field if I wish here. And then I can tab and then control shift and make this box a little bit shorter if I like, or to the left and right shorter. You can also hold your shift key down and then click on each of the fields that are on the layout, and then you'll see that you have one is highlighted in the blue squares around the outside edge, and the other has with white squares around the outside edge. And now the same applies as before. Control arrow and it removes all of the fields as a unit, so you don't have to try to adjust one field and then adjust the next one to be the same. And just as before, Control Shift allows you to shorten or lengthen the boxes as a unit also. Now, there's over here to the right, under our control list or list of tools, down at the bottom you'll see you have a number of other options here. You can put on your label if you like. You could put a border, so you just click on it, take your mouse over there, and you'll see a border box appear. And again, you can, not having to tinker with the boxes at all, just control and move it up a ways, and then Control Shift and make it larger. And then we can, still holding the Control key down, I'm going to move it over to the left. Control still and move it up. And then my Control Shift and expand it or make it taller, and then Control Shift and right arrow and make it longer. So you can see how you can use your arrow keys in the Control and the Shift or Control plus Shift to adjust the fields. Now this border is adjustable also, in that you can click that little arrow that we discussed before about on labels, and you can change the color. And we'll go with forest green there. Close that. Click that box and click that arrow and make that color red. And then we can go over here to our shape, and we can put a shape on here. Now it's going to open up to the ellipse, but you can always click this little arrow again. Go down here to the shape box, and you have a number of other options you can choose. So we can just scroll down here through the list, select that, close. Again, I'm just using the Control and Shift to shorten the box left to right. And then Control and arrow up and put it on there. And that's how we have a snowflake or a star on our labels, if you like that. And then we always save them. And then if we go back and close and print some labels, you'll see we have the labels, the green with the red text, and our snowflake. If we don't like or we want to change something, we'll go back to our edit. You could click on our star. You could hit the delete key to delete it. We'll click this arrow, go over here, and let's change the color to silver. And then close that. And again, save and close. And we'll print our labels. And now it's not so obvious on this picture there, the small star. And you can add other fields on there if you like. You can add vertical lines or horizontal lines. So you can see how these controls allow you to make a number of adjustments to them without having to click on a field and then try to find that right edge and then increase it or decrease it and get it to the right size, and trying to adjust it right on the layout. Right, you see how it kind of jumps around there a little bit. You can always just click on that field, use your Control and arrow it right to where you want it to be. We hope you find this video helpful, and as always, if you need any assistance, give us a call. We're at 1-800-533-5227. We'll talk to you later. Bye.